All right, y'all. So I didn't get a chance to go live this week. Well, since early this week because I've been real busy with work. I was out of town, had to get back on it. I'm back. Basically, had to update y'all on what's going on. Not a lot of new developments besides there's a lot of the same stuff that I've been telling you about already. Um, this guy's declining in front of our face. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Um, he said he was going to put America first. I want to talk about the America First thing that he talked about when he ran to become the president the second time. He said he will be putting America first, and um, a lot of people, including his own people, are starting to say, "How you doing, Brandy? Thanks for the love." A lot of people are starting to say that what I've been saying, what a lot of people say, even his own people are starting to say that he's putting Israel first. Now, I have to say that a certain kind of way because y'all know my lives get restricted when I go to talking like this, but um a lot of people feel like he's putting Israel first, and a lot of people are starting to say that Israel basically owns our country. I don't know how true or how false that is, but I do know is a lot of speculation behind that, and a lot of people are saying that because it makes sense. It makes sense because y'all know the people that start with J that ends with S. I don't want to say it. They do tend to own things and run things around here, and we have this whole protect them at all cost thing that's going on. So the fact that you got Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens, which is his supporters, well, used to be his supporters, are saying that he's putting Israel first. It's not far fetched to think that. It's not a far fetched idea um, to think that way. Because we know the people that start with J and end with S, that's the short word. You know, they do tend to own a lot of things. They are starting to buy up a lot of things in America. I feel like they have mob ties. I feel like they've been running this country, and I feel like um all happened now is that he's in there. He's giving them what they want. He said he was going to be the president to be like no new wars, the peace president, no new wars on his watch. We sending nukes to we not nukes, but we sending bombs to Nigeria. We talking about possibly going to war with Iran, talking about possibly going to war with Venezuela. You know, we bombing ships in the middle ocean. And Brandy said, I think that you put them in Russia first. Yes. And Russia, like the thing is, like we knew before he would not criticize Putin to save his life, his own life. I don't know what Putin got on him. I don't know why he's afraid of Putin, but I feel like he is afraid of Putin. And I feel like Putin wanted him to get elected for this reason. I feel like they colluded with the last election. No, well, not the last one. Last time he became the president. They colluded because they wanted him to be in charge because either they got something on him or they just know he weak and he just a whole lot of talking. He don't want to. He's afraid to stand up to him. Whereas a lot of times when Joe Biden was the president, I heard a lot of people on the right saying that um I'm gonna get to that point in a second, Alexis Jordan. I heard a lot of people on the right saying that that Joe Biden made us look weak and he was weak and he was a weak president and he didn't show strength and he didn't show that he was tough and they all thought that um this guy was tough for some reason. I don't know why they think he's tough. They thought he was a loose cannon. But the only thing that's happening is his health is declining and he out here talking like he gonna do something, but he hasn't done nothing yet. So nobody's afraid of him and his crazy talk. Like he was talking like he had his finger on the button and ready to push it at any moment. But as y'all know, he go after weak organizations. He go after people that's not like that can't defend themselves. He don't go after people that can defend themselves. He talked a lot of stuff about Chi over in China. He talked a lot of stuff about Putin and a lot of these other people, but we all know that he's afraid of these people. And Alexis Jordan, I'm gonna get to your point now. You said I have to seriously read my Bible just to try to keep my hate for Elon in check, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Elon and him and they all got, they all. Well, Elon is it for the money. He's in it for the money. This whole Christian nationalist thing that's going on, this protect the Christians and all of this stuff they talking about. These people ain't even Christian. We're talking about people that's not even Christians themselves. They don't even know what Christianity is. These people never read the Bible. They don't read the Bible. They never read it, and they like to talk about protecting Israel, and they like to talk about revelations. And I hear people talking about all of this crazy stuff, but they haven't even read it. They don't even know what's in it. And Carol Nim said he's licking the boots of Putin because he's been begging Putin to let him build Trump Russia. I mean, the thing is that plus I think he either got something on him, but I also think he's afraid of him. I think he's afraid to make the right calls when put in a position. You know, I think he a lot of bark, and he's he don't follow up with his actions. He talk like he really gonna do something, but I don't feel like he'll do it. M. Carabella says his health is declining. I'm gonna talk about his health in a minute. You know, I'm gonna talk about his health. And then here go that big rig energy said that I don't get to decide who's Christian and who's not. Listen, man, it says to judge others is not Christian behavior. We're not judging them. We just stating the obvious. I'm stating the obvious. I'm not judging them by saying that they're not Christians. It's clear. I got a brain and I watch it and I see these people are not Christian. I watch this man hold a Bible upside down. And when they asked him what was his favorite Bible quote, what he said that it's personal to him. And everybody know if you read the Bible, you're gonna have at least one scripture that is at heart with you that you can repeat, you can recite, you can repeat if you read it. If you didn't read it, which he didn't read it, you're gonna say something like that. Well, it's real close to my heart, and I don't like to discuss it. Let's be honest. For all the people that think that he's God sent and he's the closest thing to God and closest thing to Jesus, and he's some kind of prophecy, can we just stop it? Because the reality is, this man, I can promise you, he's not the type of person that ever read the Bible. He don't know about the Bible. He don't know what Christianity is. I believe that he is not a Christian. I believe that he is no way he can be one. It's no way. He don't. And then this other guy can he said, you tell God when you're at the gates, I wasn't judging. It's not judging. It's not judging. Again, it's not judging. It's stating the obvious. This guy's not a Christian. And you could keep on trying to protect him all you want, but he's not a Christian. He went and remixed the Bible and put the American Constitution in it. So if you want to talk about somebody judging something, let's judge the fact that he went and tried to sell Bibles. Let's judge that. Let's think about how he went and took the Bible and tried to make profit off of it. And you're going to tell me that I'm judging somebody. How am I judging somebody who went and got a Bible and put their own stuff in it and tried to sell it for a profit? Explain to me how I'm judging somebody, how I'm being judgmental to talk about somebody's religion. I'm stating the obvious. He took the Bible, he put his own stuff in it, and he turned around and tried to make profit off of it. And he don't even read it. He don't even know what's in it. So I'm gonna talk about it. It's the obvious. It's not judging nobody. It's just stating the facts. The fact that he wants to be seen so high and mighty that he had to go and do that. He judging himself. And then you talk about he wasn't selling the Bibles. He was selling the Bibles. He still is. I don't want to hear that he wasn't selling the Bibles as his spokesperson. No, he ain't no paid spokesperson. He making money off the Bible. He's selling it for profit. He's trying to make money off of it because he wouldn't put his own stuff in it. Therefore, it's his Bible and it's his project. You cannot tell me not getting paid. Just y'all like to talk about he not getting a salary and all of this stuff. Man, that man is getting paid on all of that stuff. I don't want to hear it. He's selling the Bible and he's making money off of it for the people that's buying it. For the people that's out here buying it. I'm talking about FDT. I got many other names for him, but Sleepy Man, Sleepy Hollow. He sell the Bible, so you can't tell me that man is a Christian. I'm not here to try to judge people. I'm here to state the obvious facts. That's all I'm saying. You could try to defend them all you want, because the reality is we know and we see what's happening. And I'm gonna continue on about this whole love that he has for Netanyahu and what's going on in Israel, and even his own people, even his own MAGA people are saying that he's Israel first. This ain't coming from the far left Democrats and the extreme socialists, progressives. No, it's not coming from that. This is coming from Candace Owens. This is coming from Nick Fuentes. These are people helping to get elected. They're the ones who saying it. They saying it, and they talking about how how he betrayed them. And the reality is, we knew that was going to happen because he did it the first time. He said he picked the best people, but y'all know what happens. He don't pick the best people. It don't never happen. And now this time around, Going back to his health is not good. He's declining. I'm gonna talk about this every time I go live. His health is not good. It's common sense. You can see that his health is not good. You can see what's happening with this man's health. He basically out there talking about shaking hands and talking about that's the reason. No, that is not the reason why his hands is bruised. That's not the reason. So you telling me if that's the reason he out shaking people's hands with his left hand? Because if he's supposed to be this man or this person that y'all say he is, I'm pretty sure he's not shaking people's hands with his left hands. It's not gonna happen. He not he not shaking people with his left hand. He's having health problems. I believe he's on dialysis. I said this. I believe he has kidney problems. I believe he either has kidney problems or heart problems. I believe that he's on dialysis because the way his face is puffy, the way his hands get puffy, the way his ankles get puffy, the MRIs that he's doing, the days he's missing out of talking and coming online, he's missing for 5 days at a time. I believe that he's getting treatment. And for the people that don't believe it, don't believe it. You don't have to, but it's gonna show in time. In due time, it's gonna show, right, Lisa? That's what I'm saying. I think that's what it is. Lisa said she think it's heart failure, but I think it's either that or it's kidneys. There's something going on. And for people that's trying to be in denial and want to deny the fact that it's happening, in due time, y'all are going to see. You could call us what you want to call us for saying this, but the reality is, it's going to come to light. It's going to show that his health is not good, and he can keep trying to hide it. He got 3 more years to go. There's no way he gonna keep going for 3 years and trying to, hide this whole, health thing that's going on. It's just not possible. It's not possible for him to go another 3 years. And for this to happen. Somebody said they're glad Nick is a conservative now. I don't know if that's a good thing for that person or if it's a bad thing. Whoever's saying that, you could clear. Are you saying you like Nicki Minaj, or are you saying that you're against Nicki Minaj? Because I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But basically it's just his health is not good. He's not putting America first. He hasn't done nothing that he said he was going to do as far as the good things. And all the thing y'all like to try to take credit for is saying that he closed the border, which he didn't do. Like I don't want to hear all of this. The border is closed. This is the anti-war president who's sending missiles to different countries and opening up new wars and rehashing things and starting more problems. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. And Momo said I'm delusional. Trump is very healthy. Now, chat, let me ask y'all a question because this is funny to me. Am I delusional for thinking he got health problems? Or is Momo delusional for thinking that he don't have health problems? I want y'all to let me know because Momo said that I'm delusional. Momo in my chat said that Trump is very healthy. I'm just letting y'all know what he said. He said that he's very healthy. Like, I had to laugh because that was funny to me because, like, somebody said, okay, the doctor I go to, Trump haters, border not close to high. I don't know. They saying high on YDS. Man, listen, man. If you think that he healthy, and then you might need to go get your health checked. That's what I'm gonna say, Momo. If you think that he's healthy, you might need to go get your health checked because you see what happened just recently when he went to go talking and trying to talk off script for 2 minutes. He go to talking about all the stuff that's off the wall stuff that don't matter. It's like he just going to whatever he want to talk about. He trying to do these brain exercises. He trying to make it sound like he know what's going on, but y'all know that he's not well. It's starting to show. Every time you look up, it's more health problems. And the fact that people think that he is healthy. Momo said you're Trump haters. Like, there you go again with that. Momo think that this guy's healthy. I'm gonna let y'all decide because I know maybe it's just me. Maybe I am delusional because if I see somebody that's hands are swollen, they got marks like they got needles from IVs in their hands. Their left hand is swollen, discolored. Their ankles are swollen. Their eyes are swollen. Their face is swollen. Like, you telling me that this person is healthy? I can't believe that. And we talking about somebody who's supposed to be our leader for the next 3 years. I say leader because I'm trying to not get my live restricted from saying stuff like that. All along, while his right hand man, and then Shepherd Boy said he's 80, right? Yeah, he is 80, but guess what? What that got to do with anything? Are you saying that's a good thing or is it a bad thing? But I don't want to hear it if he's 80. If you're trying to defend him, if you're trying to defend him by saying he's 80, where were you when Joe Biden was the president when he was 83? Where were you then? Okay, he said not good, not good. Okay. That's what I'm saying. He's 80. He should have never got the fact that he tried to talk about Joe Biden being old, even though he was old. If you look at who who looks healthier, Joe Biden got stage 5 cancer, but he still look healthier. And he don't like Irk user Kanaya said that he eat McDonald's every day. He do eat McDonald's every day. He is not healthy. He not healthy. And there's another person that's saying he the best president in history. It's people like that that just maybe they need to get checkups because like that's what I feel like. I feel like something is going on with themselves to where they if they think that he is good and they think that he is healthy, then they might need to get their own health checked. I want to talk about his right hand man, Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio, I seen a video of Marco Rubio where he was out trying to take questions and trying to speak to the press. And he kept doing this right here with his nose and all that with his tongue. I'm telling y'all, that ain't normal. And y'all know, if y'all ever seen people keep on doing this to their nose and messing with their nose and moving their tongue around, y'all know what Marco Rubio is doing. It's a white substance that usually comes from Colombia or those kind of countries that he owns. He owns something. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because y'all know I might get restricted for saying it. But he's on something that looks white that usually people put in their nose. I'm talking about Marco Rubio. And the reason why I bring him up a lot because I feel like he's going to try to be the president. I feel like he's going to try to run to be the next president, and I can see it happening. So I'm trying to let y'all know right now because JD Vance, we could talk about JD Vance again. JD Vance could try to be a white supremacist leader, supreme, whatever he want to be to these people. It ain't gonna work because he don't have what it takes to lead. He's not a real leader. He don't have leader traits. He don't have leader traits. He got do boy traits. That's what he is. He's a do boy. And then Gary King said maybe he found Hunter Biden. Said maybe he did. But guess what? Hunter Biden, we already know what he was on. But he wasn't in the president. He wasn't in the office. He wasn't like into politics. He wasn't political. He was the president's son, but he wasn't out here trying to be nothing. And as I was saying, JD Vance he don't have the res, he don't have the drive. He's not a leader. He not a leader. He can't lead. He don't have leader traits. Everybody not meant to lead. When you go and you look around, everybody is not meant to lead. It's not normal. And then Gary King tried to say that Hunter Biden had cocaine in the White House. He probably did have it in the White House, but he wasn't working for the White House. Again, he wasn't working for the White House. But we know what Marco Rubio is doing. Come on now. And then Brandy said only 6% of the population are considered leaders by their personality, which is correct. Everybody can't be an alpha. Everybody is not meant to be a leader. Everybody is not meant to be alpha. If you pick a group of 10 people and you put them all outside and you put them in the middle of nowhere, you will find out that everybody not meant to lead. Everybody's, and it's not a bad thing. It's just not meant for everybody to do it. Everybody can't be the leader. Some people got to just play their role and play their position. Like, when you look at football, if you watch football, a quarterback is supposed to lead the team. But everybody has a role, which means it ain't a bad thing that they're not leading. Everybody's not a follower neither. What I'm saying is that everybody is not meant to be a leader, and he don't have what it takes. And I can tell you right now, if he somehow becomes a president, you think it's bad now. It's gonna get even worse because they're gonna run all over that man because he don't even know what's going on. He's so confused and lost, and he don't even be at work. I don't even know where he be at. What is he doing? What is he doing? Does anybody know what JD Vance is doing? Anybody can tell me. What is he doing? Because I don't see him out there being the vice president. It's just like I feel like Marco Rubio is around the president more than him. I feel like he's not being a good vice president. He's not really doing nothing. And I also want to talk about these the fact that this president went on a he been letting these people with these pardons out of jail, these really bad people. These really bad people he been pardoning. So he pardoned some of the worst people that you can pardon. Some of these people are really awful people. And then what happens is when he pardoned them, they go out and commit the same crime or something worse. So the only thing that he has done, I'm gonna give y'all a review because it's about to be a new year. Happy New Year to everybody that's on here. We're gonna recap what he has done. What he has done is one. We gonna give him credit where credit is due, and then we gonna talk about where the credit ain't due. I'm gonna tell you what credit I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give y'all the good, and I'm gonna give y'all the bad credit. He might have slowed down the border a little bit. That's a good credit. I'm gonna be fair. He slowed down the border a little bit. He deported some of the Venezuelans and the people that voted for him, the Cubans and the Venezuelans and the Mexicans who thought they was white. He deported some of them. He did do that. He said he was going to do that. He did do it. That's what he did do. Um, he hold on. Somebody trying to. I don't want to connect right now. He did do that. He did somewhat to the border. He made it better for him and for the people that want the people off the border gone. Did he fix immigration? No. Did he do anything to make it better? No. That's what I'm gonna say about that. And let me see what else. The gas prices went down, but that ain't because of him. And they went down some, and they go up and down. That's not because of him. Um, what else did he do? Let's see. I think that's it. And then I'm gonna go into what he didn't do. What other things? He made inflation go up. He made the unemployment go up. He fired a lot of people out of the government sector. He stole money from a lot of people. Like the list goes on. Like his kids getting richer off of cryptocurrencies because they've been running a Ponzi scheme. Um, the price of everything, like I said, the price of everything is going up. The mortgages, people are starting to delist their homes. The cars are at an all-time high. The grocery prices at an all-time high. Um, and he out here being delusional and saying none of this is happening. So I gave him a little bit of credit, but y'all know everything that he did that y'all might think was good is actually worse. He did more worse than he did good. Gary King said we can't trust Ted Cruz. We cannot trust Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is scum. He been scum. He never been somebody who you want to believe in. He a flip flopper. He was a never Trumper who talking about this man, this and that. And then what he did, he went and kissed his boots. Ted Cruz can't be trusted. Marco Rubio can't be trusted. None of these people in the MAGA can be trusted. JD Vance and y'all know Ron DeSantis is the worst. I'm gonna keep telling you about Ron DeSantis because that's another person that I feel like is going to be on the ticket to try to be the president. I know he already blew his chances, but I still feel like he think he can win. You're gonna see Marco Rubio. You're gonna see JD Vance. You're gonna see maybe Governor Abbott out of Texas. That's possible. He just as bad. Um, Somebody said HD and Blonde Bumble can't be trusted. Right, exactly. Lindsey Graham. Oh, Lindsey Graham is the worst. Come on, Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham. He the biggest flip flopper. This dude. He's so fake and so phony that you can't trust nothing that he say. Tim Scott is Tim Scott, Governor Abbott. People like Tim Scott. Tim Scott is a black man that is black on the outside. He like an Oreo cookie. He black on the outside, but he cream in the middle. Tim Scott is not what he think he is, and he walks around here thinking that they like him. They gave him no job. He tried to help him win, and they ain't give him no job. They ain't even give him like the job in the White House to sweep the White House. They let him go out there and talk, and he got nothing in return. Tim Scott ain't no good. Marco Rubio is no good. Ted Cruz, Governor Abbott. Let me see who else we got in that party. Mostly the Florida people. Rick Scott is not good. He not good. Rick Scott is not good. Lindsey Graham talked so bad about Donald Trump and said so many things about Trump and said so many things about how he's never Trump and how Trump was this and Trump was that. Him and JD Vance went on big rants about it and he's this and he's that and he this and they went on and on and on and on about what it was. And the reality was basically they went on these big rants and then somehow they turned around and said, "Oh, he's a great guy." Well, you know what? We got it wrong when he won because they got scared. Because you know one thing about Trump, he's very forgiving. He's very forgiving. You know what? You could say the worst stuff about him, and you can say you could bring up all of the horrible things that he did. You could talk about the e-files. We ain't talk about e-files today because I didn't want to get restricted yet. You could talk about the e-files and the stuff that they did on that island. and you could talk about his horrible administration, and you could talk about all of the unemployment and all of the job losses and all of the prices that's going up. And you know what you could do is turn around, you could kiss his boots, and next thing you know, you have a job. He'll give you a job. He very forgiving. He'll give you a job because he think that he owns you and that somehow he took over. So his ego is so big that he'll give you a job. And then Carol Neal said Marty Taylor Greene is not to be trusted. Marty Taylor Greene is not to be trusted. But I like what she's doing. I like what she's doing right now. She calling them out like a lot of these other people are afraid to do. She calling them out. I know she got her own agendas and I know she up to her own stuff, but I like the fact that she called him out for what he is. Gary King said something has scared Cash Patel and Dan Bongino. Um, well, we already knew they was on the way out. Dan was been on the way out. Cash Patel is on the same stuff that Marco Rubio is on. Gary King said I support Marty Taylor Greene. I don't support Marty Taylor Greene, but I do like what she's doing right now currently. But the thing about people like Marty Taylor Greene, she'll do all that right now, but what would she do when it comes to election time? That's what we haven't seen. She hasn't really been tested. If she not out there trying to fight against this, and she just going on news and talking about stuff, and she not out here trying to make real change, then I'm not gonna trust nothing that she do unless she show me something different. I do believe that people could change, but I don't believe that she changed. She hasn't shown me nothing to make me feel like she has changed enough or she's changed already. So until she showed me something, I don't believe she changed. She is pushing for the list to come out. She is definitely pushing for the list to come out. I do believe that she cares about the e-files. But she turns around on another note and says something that I don't agree with the next day. That's who she is. She'll say, "Oh, the e-files need to come out," but the Democrats are delusional. She do stuff like that. So she very confused as to what she want to do, or she just got a strategy that she's trying to play, and I just haven't figured it out yet. But we're not going to support Marty Taylor Greene unless Marty Taylor Greene go out here and help the Democrats win this midterm. She don't got my trust. If she do that now, if she do that, then I will be a supporter of Marty Taylor Greene. Somebody said Wesley Hunt can't be trusted. Wesley Hunt, I'm not real familiar with Wesley Hunt, but I will look into Wesley Hunt. But you can inform us why Wesley Hunt can't be trusted. But I believe you. I'm not real familiar with Wesley Hunt. I'm not sure what state or like what does he represent. Because I'm gonna tell you, if I don't know about him, I don't know about him. But I'm gonna find out. When y'all tell me they can't be trusted, I'm gonna go look them up and I'm gonna go find out. Um, right now though, the leaders of the Democrat Party currently is Gavin Newsom and Jasmine Crockett. Those are our two leaders. The other people like Chuck Schumer and all of those other people that have been there for too long, it's time for them to go. It's time for them to go. It's time for us to get some new leadership. That's why if you're in Texas and you're in the right area in the right district, go vote for Jasmine Crockett to be y'all senator because we got to get somebody in Texas. And I feel like we can do it. I feel like this is our time. Um, Definitely. Gary King said, "How are we going to vote? Not voting for Republicans or Democrat parties. We need something different." No, Gary King, we cannot do that right now because the thing is, in America, you need money to win elections. Independents can't win in this country because you know why? Because it's like being an independent artist, like an independent rapper, trying to make it opposed to somebody who signed to a major record label. You understand? Like they're not independent artists can make all the hot music they want. They can have even better music than the people that's out there in the mainstream. However, without a label behind them, without a machine behind them, basically without money, they cannot win. So you got to pick a side. You got to pick a side. Ross Perot, yeah. See, Ross Perot had his own money. That was a different story. Ross Perot had money to play the game, but most of these people now, because of back then, you didn't need billions of dollars. See, now to win an election, you got to spend at least $1 billion, not a million, a billion. So I feel like voting for people right now that's independent is not. It's like voting for an independent musician who don't have the money or the machine behind them. So I feel like I can't tell you what to do, Gary King, but I can tell you that picking a side is probably going to be your best option at this point because not picking a side is still picking a side. If you vote for these independent people who don't have the capital, then that's wasting a vote. And then Gary King said that's why we need a whole Republican Party to move to a different option. The problem is the Republican Party has been hijacked. People like to talk about history and they like to talk about the Republicans was the ones who freed the slaves, and the Republicans was the ones who gave y'all equal rights, and the Republicans was the ones who gave you women's rights. They like to talk about all of this stuff, but they don't understand that the Republican Party back then. Thank you, Tony needs help for all the love. Um, the party that was the Republican Party then, a lot of times they was forced into doing these things too. By the way, it ain't like they were just had good hearts and wanted to do it. They were kind of forced into doing it. However, the Republican Party then is not the Republican Party now. It's not the same party as what it used to be. The Republican Party now is MAGA. It's no more Republican Party. And even before MAGA, you had some decent Republicans. We're gonna go back to George Bush Jr. era. You had some decent Republicans. You had some decent Republicans who, if you was a Democrat, that you might have said, you know what, I like that Republican. But you know what, that's not the case now. And Gary King said, no, we're still Republican. You could be Republican, Gary King, and I got nothing against Republicans. What I'm trying to explain to you is that these are not the same Republicans that you think they are. The Republicans, the last few Republicans was people like Mitt Romney. You know, and look what they did to Mitt Romney. They got him out of there. If any Republican come out that makes sense, they get him out of there. The Republican Party now, they like the uneducated people and they like to support the uneducated because that says a lot about them. You understand? So it's not the same Republican Party that it once was. It's a whole new party. It's been hijacked and it's been taken over. So, and when all these people like to bring up history and about what Republicans did, you say Mitt Romney was a rhino. Mitt Romney was I feel like was a moderate Republican. I feel like he was a moderate Republican. I feel like John Kasich, let me think of some other people. Even John McCain. Some of these people, they had some decency left in them. They had some decency left in them. But these people now don't. They don't have no decency left in them. And then Law Guy said, "Love me some Nicki." I know y'all want me to get on Nicki head. I don't been on Nicki head a bunch of times. Y'all know Nicki Minaj is a fraud. Nicki Minaj, everything about her is fake. Her body fake. Her face is fake. She is fake. Everything about her is fake. The only thing that's real is probably the music that she made, and she probably don't even write it. But Nicki Minaj is a traitor. She's fake. She delusional. She out there doing stuff that make no sense, and she turned on the same people that helped her become a platinum selling artist. She turned her back on them, and she out there talking down on them. That's what she doing. It's me said disagree completely. I don't know what you're saying you disagree with. Um, Law Guy said God might disagree. I don't know what y'all saying might disagree with. What are we disagreeing on? Are we disagreeing on that the Republican Party been hijacked? Or are we disagreeing that Nicki Minaj is a fraud? I mean, because both of those things happen. So I'm not sure what y'all disagreeing on. So y'all can let me know. Brandy, thank you for the love. I really appreciate you, Brandy. They disagreeing about Nicki. Maybe they disagreeing about Nicki, but Nicki is a fraud. Nicki is fake. I met Nicki early in her career, and Nicki was fake then, and she's fake now. You know. And Law Guy says she has right to feel what she wants. We're not saying that. We saying that she got a fake body. We saying that she got a fake face. She got a nose job. She got her body done multiple times. She is plastic. She fake. She make music and she catered to the LGBTQ, and she fake like she was one of them too. It don't get no faker than that. She's fake. There's nothing real about her. You know what I mean? She forgot. I don't know. Maybe she just always been like that, but she what makes her bad is that she used the LGBTQ community to get LGBTQ community to get popular, and then she went out there and talked bad about them. That's what makes her bad. It's like you go out there and use that community and you play this I'm bisexual role when she came out and I love my women's and my barbs and I love my men too. She played all of those games and she came out with all that I love my barbs, my men too. And then she turned around and said, "Oh, Gavin Newsom is this and that because he support transgender people." Explain that to me how is that not fake? She did forget where she came from, a poor country, and she never did nothing for her country. So another thing that's fake about her, she got all that money and didn't do nothing to help those people. Yeah, Nikki is just chasing money. She fake. Like I don't know, I don't know how else to put it to y'all. It's like how you come out. That's like how do you come out and you use the gay community to become popular and to make it feel like you believe in what they believe in, then you turn around and get a couple dollars in your pocket, and then you come out here and say that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Being trans ain't cool. We got to stop this. And they supporting trans kids and all this stuff. Now y'all know that little argument they like to make about trans kids and people pushing trans kids and all this stuff. It is just not true. No Democrat party is out here saying take your kid and turn them into a trans. Nobody's saying that. They like to try to say we out here pushing that agenda. Nobody's out here saying that. They saying that if they like that, you got to support them. If they your child and they come out happen to be like that, they saying it is what it is. You got to love them. Saying that's what they saying. They saying you got to love them. Saying they're not saying go take your kid and turn them into something else. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. So the fact that they try to make it sound like that's what people out here saying, it's just not true. It's just false. Like the thing is, I'm a person that believe that if a person want to be like that, that's their choice. That's what I believe. I believe that we live in supposedly a free country. So if they choose to be that way, that's their choice. And I don't want to hear about the kids don't make the decisions. Kids make a lot of decisions. A lot of these kids are already like that, and you can see it when they toddlers. What do you want us to do? Some of these kids, I'm gonna say it, like I know y'all don't want to talk about it, but a lot of these kids are toddlers, and you can see that they're gonna be like that already. So what you gonna do? Change them? You gonna take them and make them be something different? That's what I want to know. You're gonna take the kid that you know is twisting at 4 and 5 and 6 years old that like to play with Barbie dolls. You're gonna take them and you're gonna give them some GI Joes and put them with and make them do some manly stuff. It is what it is. If they like that, they like that. It is what it is. Nobody's out here saying that you should make them and support them to make them want to be it. What people are trying to say is that if they are like that, then you still got to love them the same. That's what they saying. They saying like if your child is like that, you got to still love them. Nobody's saying, well, let's go put some trans bathrooms and let's make some trans rooms and make these kids become more trans. Nobody's doing that. If they like that already, they like that already. I've seen kids in my life growing up. I've seen kids that I just knew. When I grew up, I was like, this dude gonna be something else. He not gonna be what I am. He not gonna be a manly man like me. He gonna like men. I can see it already. And some of these people are like all in elementary school, middle school. You can see that they already like that. So the fact is, y'all try to say, oh, it's not right to be out here telling kids this. Ain't nobody out here trying to say that. That's what I'm trying to say. Ain't nobody out trying to say. Ain't nobody paying for no surgeries for no kids to have no sex changes, and that all that tax dollars that they paying is not true. Nobody they're not giving nobody money to go get no kids no sex change. So if you believe that, then you need to go look into that. It's not a true thing. It's false. They saying it because they trying to make it sound good. They try to make it sound bad, so they try. Oh, they giving them money to have sex changes. No, they not. Nobody ain't giving no trans kids no money for no American dollars to have no sex change. Nobody's doing it. And the fact that you're saying that you're not okay with it, go show me some proof. If that's what really happened, show me some proof. Show me some kids and show me some kids and show me some proof that it actually happened besides some talking points that they're giving y'all, because all they do is give y'all talking points and they say things that's not true. So if y'all can show me some proof that they went and took some taxpayer money and did that, then that's a whole nother story. But until I see some proof, I'm not gonna buy it. They just try to the thing about this is the thing about the MAGA Republican Party is that they say things over and over and over, and they all start repeating the same thing. Then you see people out here saying it too, and then they turn around and they people start believing it, even if it's not true. They believe it. And then Lisa Mendez said throwing shade on them is all this. That's all it is. It's just not true. No one's saying take tax money and pay for no kids to have no sex changes. I don't know nobody who supports that. I know no Democrat or Republican or parent. I know nobody who said, well, the taxpayer should pay for kids to get their genitals removed. Nobody's doing that. It's just not true. It's just Republican MAGA talking points. No one's doing it. No one supports that. I don't even believe my Dems that's in this chat right now would think that it's okay to take tax money and to take a child and get them a sex change. Nobody supports that. So the fact that they keep saying that people are doing that, that's just ridiculous, and it's not true. Gary King said yes, they would. Nobody would do that, Gary King. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's supporting kids get sex changes. What I'm trying to tell you is that that's just a Republican talking point. It's not true. You say your mother-in-law would. Well, your mother-in-law, that might be a different story, but is she? I don't know what would some people are wired differently. Some people are wired different. I'm not gonna say that not one person won't do it, but I'm saying that it's not a thing that people are going around here doing. It's not something that people are saying and supporting and saying, well, let's pay more tax dollars so kids can get surgeries. Nobody's doing that. And the thing is, it's just not a true thing. It's not, it's just they're telling you this and they keep saying it over and over and over. And then you hear people out here repeating it who don't follow politics. They repeat it and over and over and over and over. Then it's like the game telephone. Then they get repeated and pushed along so many times that people start believing it. And it's just stuff that's just not true. And then Susie said the only people that are interested in are Republicans, which is true. Now, I got one last thing I want to talk about since we're talking about this topic. Why is it that every time the Republicans get together in one room in a big convention center or a big anything or a arena, why does the grinder app always freeze up and jam and go offline? See, the thing is, the reality is, a lot of these Republican men, I'm gonna say men mostly, they out here pushing this anti-gay, anti-LGBTQ, and it's not okay to have a son that's going into the bathroom with a trans kid. They out here saying all this stuff, but y'all know deep down they the ones that's having the DLs. Y'all know they the ones who paying these women to come in bondage and put stuff on them and do stuff to them. Y'all know who are doing this. This ain't no normal stuff that Democrats are going around here doing. Y'all know it's Republican, mostly white men that's out here doing this kind of stuff. Y'all know that's who doing it. They like to talk about it's not cool to be this and that. Well, who was at the Epstein Island? Who was at these Diddy parties? Who was doing it? Lisa Menendez said they doing the M word to children, which is that's what happened at the Epstein Island. I can't say the word because y'all know my live will get cut. But and then TY said they create the laws that they don't have to follow, which is true because they have money to fight this stuff. They'll never go to jail for it because they got high up people and they got big money to pay their way out. And then Big Boy said they tell you that deflect from what they are doing. That's exactly what they like to do. They like to reflect. They like to do that deflect exactly from what they're doing. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The most homophobic people, be the ones who really be out there doing it. Y'all know it. It's common sense. A lot of these, we need a strong white man leader to lead our country, and they don't want women to have rights, which means they don't really want women. They actually hate women. A lot of them, but they'll be with a woman because they don't want people to know what they're really into. They don't want people to know what they're really into. And Brandon said, I also think they have culture war just so they don't have to actually put money into help, which is true. But the thing is, a lot of them don't even like women. They don't like women. You know what I mean? They don't like women. A lot of these rich white Republican men do not like women. They just are with women because the society won't allow them to be with a man. But y'all know what they deep down when they go and pay these women that they pay a lot of money to strap them down and put straps on their ankles and do stuff to them and putting balls in their mouths and bending them over. Y'all know who out there doing that. And then Lisa Menendez said, just like King James. Yes, just like King James, because they don't want to own up to it. They don't want their family to know and their friends because they've been against it for so long and their status is against it for so long that they know that if they doing it, then it's going to show, and they don't want people to know that they're doing it. So that's the reality of it. So when they keep talking about we need a manly man and we need to stand up and we need to do this and we need to do that, these are the people, I'm going to say it again, these are the people that's out here doing it. So Real Political Realism again. Make sure y'all follow me. I'm gonna follow all y'all back. Make sure y'all follow my YouTube as well. YouTube, I feel like been blackballing my YouTube channel. They're not helping my views grow. I don't know what's going on. Since I be talking like this, They be making my videos hardly get no views. So if y'all can support my YouTube channel, support me on here, follow me. I'm gonna follow y'all back. Because we got to keep on having these conversations because it needs to be some change, and I feel like we need to start with small groups because we're going up against big machines. And for the people who said that they don't like to vote Democrat or Republican and want to vote independent, how about instead of doing that, you support some of these smaller independent channels, the independent channels where your voice can be heard, where we can all have a discussion. You see, we're not arguing here. We just stating facts. We just when the people that's in here that we don't agree with, we just go back and forth with them. But it's not that's what needs to happen. We need to have these conversations. The whole don't talk politics and religion. We need to stop that culture. We need to talk politics. We need to talk religion, and we need to keep it coming. Thank you very much, Carol Nims. I enjoy you too, and I will keep you in my prayers as well. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy holidays to everybody as well. But support independent channels because the mainstream has been hijacked, and these people can't even say what they really want to say because they're afraid that if they say it they will lose their job. So we're not gonna believe a lot of what they're saying because they can't say what they want to say no more. So we need to have these small independent channels that we need to grow. And we need to grow as a community. And even the people that's in here, the MAGA people that don't support what we saying, we are here to educate. I'm gonna keep saying it. We're here to help y'all understand where we coming from. We need to have these discussions, whether we disagree or not. We can agree to disagree, but we need to have these discussions. Carol Nim said, "What days and times are you on?" Vicky said I'm fried, but thank you, Vicky. I appreciate you. Usually I try to go on earlier than this, not usually this late. I usually try to go on around like 10, 11. I usually try to go on like around about 10 o'clock. Sometimes I go on earlier, depending on what time I'm done with work. But I'm trying to start going live almost every other day. Because sometimes unless it's some breaking news, I'm gonna be on every day. But when it's kind of calm and ain't a lot going on, I'll be on at least try to every other day around like about I'm gonna say about 9 o'clock. I'm gonna say about 9. That's about what time I try to be here. Yeah, the MAGA trolls always roll in. They always do that, and they always get my live restricted. But I'm used to it now. So we're gonna keep on having these conversations. We're gonna keep on growing as an independent channel. And I appreciate all of the people that's in here and all the support that y'all giving because that's the only way we're gonna get there. Because we have to by this time next year we gonna be victorious in the midterms. And we're gonna keep the ball rolling. That's what we're trying to do. We're gonna get it going. So that's pretty much our plan. So I appreciate everybody that's supporting Real Political. Happy New Year to everybody. I'm gonna keep on speaking the truth. I appreciate your user 2298179017531. And thank you, Carol Nims. Thank you, Lisa Mendez. Thank you for everybody that's in this chat and everybody that show love. Make sure y'all follow me. I'm gonna follow y'all back. And when I go live again, I will have some new information for y'all. And we're gonna keep it going. Thank y'all very much. Same thing for YouTube. I appreciate the people that's in watching. Make sure y'all come in, check in. We're gonna be doing this going live. We're gonna be speaking on current things that's happening in this country because we got to take back our country. And when I say take back our country, we got to get some normalcy back because right now what's happening in this country is a shame, and we cannot go out like that. We can't. America wasn't built. It wasn't built with blood, sweat, and tears to become what it's becoming. Ran by a communist country with a dictator in charge. We're not doing that. That's not what we're here for. But I appreciate y'all checking in. I'm gonna be back tomorrow, more than likely. If not, I will see y'all after the new year. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment to my TikTok, my YouTube as well, and we're gonna keep it coming.